Hi everybody, welcome back to our ephemera folio that we are making based on one designed by Gayle Agostinelli, and we're just going to keep going with what we're doing. I am using scraps from Prima Christmas in the Country and lots of ephemera from Tim Holtz. So let's go ahead and last time I believe that we completely finished these two pages, right? Yeah, we did. So now we're going to move on to the back two. Let's see how far we get today with this one. So this one I've already done, and I've just left as a sample so that we know what we're working on. So let me go ahead, I'm going to pull this out. And I've got a couple of pieces of ephemera, which I'm just going to leave in there. And then I have a little pocket tag and one of the 3x4 journaling cards. And then I have another journaling card that we're going to make. So let me go ahead, I'm just going to tuck these in here for the moment. Alright, so we can leave that in there, I think. Do we need that one? Hang on, I'm losing track. Wait, we do need that one. Hang on. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and get rid of this for the moment. And let's go ahead, let's do the pocket one first. Let's pull that out. Move that over. Okay. So what I did to make this, so that's one that we're going to do after. So we need that. Okay. So this is, I think this is one of the, this was one of the 4x6 journaling cards, I think, but you could use a scrap. And I cut it down to 3x5 and rounded the corners. And then I have a 3x4 journaling card that I'm just going to lay right on top of it as a pocket. Just like that. Okay, so that's super easy. So I am going to go ahead and ink, and this is what we're going to put in one of the things that we're doing today. Probably this, actually. Okay, and this one as well. I just realized I was probably off camera the whole time I was doing that. I'm going to do both sides of the base one. Just lightly. Okay. Now I think, I didn't do it on this one, but I think what I'm going to do, I wish I had a smaller circle punch, but I think I'm just going to take a little divot out of this. There we go. Oh my goodness, that wasn't the one I wanted to divot. This is the one I wanted to divot. Oh well, it's fine. Don't do that. Do it on this one. On the top. Good heavens. It is 5:30 in the morning and it shows. That's better. I wonder if I should just cut another one because that's going to annoy me. I think I better. Let me see what I did with those cards. All right. There we go. That's better. And you know what? I'm looking at this and I'm wondering if I should do it that way. I was going to do it this way. If I do it this way, then we kind of have a more interesting back. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just checking for width. This one is just a hair wide. Or that's a hair narrow, one or the other. Around the corners. There we go. Made that off center, but I'm okay with that. That's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and put that in. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. And again, we're going to glue this on as a pocket. So I'm just going to do the sides and the bottom. Oh. I love my art glitter glue, but I just hate the way it's constantly clogged up. Okay. I did not get that on very straight. Thanks. Okay, that's pretty good. It is definitely early in the morning and showing, but that's okay. A little extra ink will hide a multitude of sins. Okay. There we go. All right, and then I had this that I had pulled out. I was just going to tuck in there. Is a tight fit. Okay, part of it is because this is soft. I wonder if, hang on, if I mat that. Let's see. Let's try that. 2 5/8 by 4 1/4. I complain about my glue, but then I don't put the pin back. All right. Okay, so that's 2 5/8. And 1/4. That'll be better. Let's see. Maybe. Or it might be too fat. Well, I don't think that's going to go in there. Okay. So let's just pick something smaller. Or make something smaller. How about we make something smaller? So let me just cut this narrower. So I just cut that down to 2 inches wide, which should easily slide in there, and it does. And then let's see if we have anything else that we want to. I had that narrow sort of calendar piece. I can't remember if I used it or not. Let's see. There's this one, which is just about the right width. Yeah, that'll work. I'm just gonna, I don't know why this has like border on this side but not on this side, so I'm just gonna trim it off and then mat it. Okay. How are we for length? Pretty good. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these 2 borders off with my scissors, or mostly off. Let's save that to use elsewhere. Go ahead and ink this up. And I'm just going to put it on there just to give it a little more body. And you could use your Uhu glue stick for this. Oops. Probably should have. I always forget about it because I'm not used to working with it. Okay. All right. I left it a little long at this end because I wanted it even on the two sides, and then I can trim that top. And you can punch a hole in it if you want and add a piece of baker's twine or something like that to it. That's that. Okay. Let me go ahead and bring our books back. So this one goes in here. Let me pull this out because this is what we're going to do next. And then this one goes here. Go. All right, and then we have this to make. I kept forgetting to put anything on the back of these. I'll have to go back through these, the ones I didn't already. And let's see. I have some pink that I think I'll put on the back of this one. And oh, that's a bag. I'm looking for some coffee dyed paper over here. Or do we want to just use some of the plaid? No, I think coffee dye. Let me grab a sheet. We're going to do this one in this color. This is my We Are Memory Keepers ruler for tearing, because I really am terrible at tearing things straight. Maybe it's the paper, I don't know, but let me show you. This is actually it. You can see I've never taken the rest of it out of the packaging. I only use this. That's what it is. Okay. There's that. Okay, so that's going to be for that one. That pink paper is avocado dyed, and I did dye all my papers myself. It's very easy. You can just YouTube how to go about it. I'm not going to claim to be an expert and tell you how. Just check, see which side. Okay, there's a lighter side and a darker side. I think I want the lighter side out on this one. And I'm using my Uhu stick. And they do make this in a blue version, which is the same thing. It's just it's blue and it dries clear, so you can see whether or not you've missed any spots. So it really is the better one to get. But that's a full one, so I'm not going to buy a new one yet. Okay. All right, there we go. So now we have something decorative on the back of that one. And let's go ahead and do this one. Okay. go. It's hanging over a little bit. Let's see. So, we're not going to duplicate this exactly, but this gives you an idea. Similar to several we've already made, just kind of collage something and then add a few embellishments. I've got tons and tons of scraps here. And a lot of them are basically already collaged, kind of like that. I like that a lot. And we'll just go ahead and use that. Almost don't even have to add anything else except some embellishing. But we probably should. I hate to cover up Santa though. Let's go ahead and just rip this to size and see what we got. These pattern papers don't rip very easily. Okay. So we have that. We have this, but we've already used this kind of thing elsewhere. I never really liked that print. I didn't use it at all when I made my Christmas in the Country album. That looks the same. I don't see any point in using that. I've got so many things over here. We have maps. We could do maybe like a corner of music paper up here just to kind of hide that plain corner, but not that. That's not very attractive. We've got this, but it's more square than I would like, but we could put it at an angle. Let's see, what else have I got? Going through some scraps that I have up here on the side. Mostly music paper scraps. Oh, you know what I have? What did I do with that? I have some dictionary paper. And I had one that said actually Christmas on it. I saved the Christmas page. Kind of want to save that though, but I do have some other parts. Just looking to make sure there's nothing untoward on this page. No, that's not doing it for me. Cute, but not. Let's see. I think I'm just about out of music paper. Of course, I can get more because I printed it myself. I have this one, but I didn't really use it because I don't like the scale. It's kind of large. Let's see. All right, I'm dithering. I am not. Maybe. All right. Maybe instead of more paper, although I kind of want to add more paper, maybe we should add some ephemera instead. We have this. Well, that kind of looks nice. And I think I have a bigger piece of this plaid. Okay, so I have this, which is the larger scale. And then, of course, I have the 6x6 pad. It has the smaller scale. And I'm just wondering, do I want to tear up a whole sheet just to decorate a corner? Or should I just use this one? I think I'll just use that. I definitely want to do it at an angle, but I want it to be torn. So let me just go ahead and tear an edge of this. Yikes. Good heavens, like a domino's happening on the desk. Okay. All right, so let's just give ourselves a torn edge here. I think what I'm going to do is just glue it down, and then I'll trim the other two sides. And let's see if we want to add, maybe we'll just add ephemera after that. Okay, so I just need to ink this edge. The other two, it doesn't matter. And in order to do this, I'm going to put the glue. Oh, I need to glue this down first. Forgot it wasn't done. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, go. And then we're just going to glue this kind of at an angle, I think more of a steep angle, kind of like that. All right. I'm just going to go ahead and put the glue on here, since so much of this is going to be hanging off the edge. Glue that down. Okay. And I'm just going to trim off with my big scissors the extra. Okay, just like that. And don't worry, I know that looks kind of harsh, but we're going to cover that. Or not cover it, but decorate it. All right, so I'm moving some of these scraps out of the way because they're covering up my ephemera. Okay, just tuck those under there. And what I was thinking when I was doing this is I know I have a lot of little floral ephemera somewhere. Here we go, here's one. To just sort of soften that up a little bit. Maybe like that, that's kind of nice. And we have this to go with that. This moth, which is really pretty. And then let's look and see what we have over here in the Tim Holtz stuff. I need to organize this stuff better because it's hard to even see what I have. That's kind of pretty. If I do that, I don't think I want that. And maybe a saying of some sort or something like that. It looks a little haphazard. feel like I still do need a little bit of music paper of some kind tucked in under there. Let's see. Let's make that a little bit more. I don't want it too straight. Suppose we tuck that there and then add the flowers and the stamps. Okay, that's better. Okay, I'm liking that better. I still feel like I need some text of some sort. What do we have here? Sparkly lights. Where do we want to put? Just wonder if we need to put some things down here instead. You can see a lot of this project is just dithering. Put that over a little bit. Put that there. Let me see what else I've got. Got this. Oh, you know what we also have that we haven't used? I've probably lost them because I've had them on this desk for so long. Are those bells? Hang on. Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh yeah, okay. Now I'm starting to feel this more. I'm not sure we would even need that. Boy, that's cute. I'd have to cut the bow though. It might be worth it because I really like the way that looks. Let's bring that down a little bit. All right. I think I'm starting to come to something I like a lot. Let's do it. Okay. So that's going to go on last. This is going first. And you could use vintage photo actually on this music paper. Probably should have, but that's all right. Okay, so that's going to go about there. Might as well glue it down. That. Okay. And it's really hard to ink these fussy little pieces, so I'm just trying to knock back a little bit of the white, and that's the best I can do. I'm going to use glue stick for that. These little fussy pieces are much easier with the glue stick than the art glitter glue. Okay. Yes, like that. I've been trying to use those pieces since the beginning. Okay, so that's good. And then we have our stamps, and I don't think I'm going to ink those. That's upside down. Well, they go like that. I'm just going to put those down. I'll use my art glitter glue for that. Okay. There. Okay. And then we have our wreath. Again, we're just going to knock back some of that white. that's too much over the bow since we're going to cut a good chunk of it off. Dab some on there. Okay, I think glue stick is going to be the way to go. Cute. Okay, let's cut off that extra bow. I like that a lot. See, it's worth dithering over to get something you really like. Okay, let's bring our book back. This one goes in here. In here, like that. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going. Let's see what we have here. I appear to have just one tag, which is definitely not all. Oh, I know why, because we have a couple other little things. Okay, so where is, I think we can use this because we ended up not using it in the other spot. So I'm going to put that in there, and we have this little tiny booklet that we're going to make. Like that, and has some pages in it. And then we have a tag. Alright, so let's throw that over there. And let's pull this out. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's start with the tag, and then we'll do the little booklet. And as you can see, this tag is a little taller and narrower than this tag. And I wonder, let me see. I'm trying to decide if I had a reason for that. I did. This one was too fat to fit here, just the way I glued it. Okay. So it doesn't really matter. Now, I moved all my scraps off to the side, so let me go ahead and grab a few. Oh, I'm losing my mind. What did I do with my scraps? Here they are. Okay. This is kind of narrow. And as you can see, I kind of went tall on that one. Let's see if we have anything that jumps out at me as something I want to use. Oh, that's a possibility right there. Just that. That's good. That, but if I use that, there's not really any room to do anything else. I like this corner here. I might be able to use that for something. Is that the same? I love this little girl. We haven't used her, but it's all right. I'm making several more of these. So. See, we used this on the cover, I think. So, all right, let's work with what we've got here and see how that goes. All right, so I just want to tear this. Just to give me that corner. Okay. And then maybe that, like that. And then, let's see, do we want, I still have this piece that's left from the thing we just did. That kind of works. And then we'll probably do something vertical. Okay, let's do that. So this guy's going to be first. Let's see. I definitely want the deer showing. Just going to make myself a little mark. Let's see where I want to put it. Okay. And I don't know how much of this is going to show, but we're going to, I think that side's going to get torn off or cut off. Okay, so that's going to go there. You know what, I think I'm going to here. And I'm just going to put the ink on, the glue right on the tag. Okay, that goes like that. Slide that over slightly. There we go. All right, trim the excess. Okay, there's that. And then we're going to put this here. Before I forget is ink these edges that I just trimmed. Okay. Go. It's pretty. And then we're just going to put this on here like that. I'm just wondering if I should tear this edge so it's not quite so straight, but I think it'll be all right. Okay. A lot of this is going to be hanging over, so I've probably got too much glue on there. I don't want to press it down too hard for fear of gluing. See if all that glue. Okay, there we go. There. Okay, so there's that. All right, so there is our tag base. Looks very nice. And let's see, I'm thinking this one maybe should get some gold ribbon on it. Right about there. I think so. Okay, so we're going to do that. And let's see, what do we want to add? Too big. I keep trying to use this thing. See, we have that. I have to trim it, but it works. Kind of covers up my deer, but that's fine. It's okay. What else we have in here? And now I have so many good things in here that I'm just not seeing because it's such a hot mess. This is kind of cool. Covers up basically the whole tag though. Maybe we'll use that as a tuck. Oh, okay, like that. All right. So there's a candidate. Oh, that's an awesome Santa that we didn't use, but that's all right. He's a little out of scale. This little guy is cute. I like that. Okay, let's do that. And oops. And we could use Fabri-Tac for this ribbon. Maybe I should. Yeah, I think I'm just going to use our glitter glue. It'll work. I don't want to put too much glue at the top because I'm pretty sure that top is hanging off. Okay, there we go. Just add a little shine, or a lot of shine. This ribbon's very sparkly. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and let that dry before I trim that top off. Okay. Cute. Okay, let's trim that ribbon off. Okay, and I need something for the back. Use that. And these are made out of craft cardstock, so, I mean, you could just leave the backs. They're attractive, and you don't even have to use craft. You could use a color, burgundy with green or something, and then you wouldn't really have to cover the back at all. Okay. trim the extra. Just go around in ink. There. Okay, now what I do with my pen, which I just added a second ago. Clutter and mess on this desk is driving me crazy. They're probably driving you crazy too. Sorry. Right. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I'm just going to grab a spare pin because I have no idea what I just did with my pin 3 seconds ago. Oh, it's in the glue. Oh my God, were you laughing at me? Okay. Get rid of this stuff. And I'm trying to decide. I did punch a hole in this one. I think I will in this one too. Okay, there is that. Cute. Okay. Set these aside and let's make our little booklet. And for this, we need one of our little cut parts. 2 actually we need. Hey, Jelly Girl, what you doing? Hi. I don't know if you can hear her. She's purring so loud. Okay. Alright. So we need one for the front of the book and one for the back. And quite like her. So why don't we just use these 2? I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to use those. And then what we need, so the front, that's going to be the back, is, that goes like that. Looks better like that. Right. So these are pretty small. The original that I made, the prototype, I used Stamperia paper, and their cut parts are bigger. So I used quite a large overhang around the mat. I don't know why I'm measuring that. I know that's not the size I want. All right, so this is 3. Looks like I probably cut it by hand, so it's a little off. So 3 1/8. Okay, so it's 3 1/8 by 5. Okay, so we need a piece 3 1/8 by 5. And I think I will use this. Again. God, this is giving me bananas. Hang on, we don't need this. I'll get that out of the way. Let's get these things out of the way. Okay. Little things. I'll just get some of these. Alright, so 3 1/8 by 5. I'm going to ink all of these. Okay, go. And we are going to see the inside of this. And if you are using a directional paper with this, because you are going to see the inside of it, make sure that, okay, make sure that the pattern goes this way, okay? And then we're just going to take this and fold it in half. I'm not scoring it or anything else, because if it cracks, that's fine. It's a junk journal. What you doing, Jolly? So, okay. Then we want to take, let's make sure I've got it right side up. So we're going to put this here. Whoops. You were thinking, there is just way too much stuff up here for you, honey. Come on. Yeah, come on. Good girl. All right. She didn't like this project. There's just no room for her to come up and get in the middle of things. So we're just going to center that on the front of our little booklet. That. Okay, and then we're going to put this one on the back. Now, you can leave this just like this and put it in the book, but I am going to add some pages to it. So to make our pages, we need 2 pieces. Let's see, let's make them 2 7/8 by 4 3/4. So 2 7/8 by 4 3/4. And we are using our coffee dyed paper. All right, so let's see what my best bet is. How wide is this? Oh, look, I can get 4 3/4 out of that. Actually, it's just about 4 3/4. Okay, so we're going to use that by 2 7/8. That's that. Okay. Stack those one on top of the other and fold them in half. Like that, and they are going to go in there. Excuse me. Okay, so she couldn't get in the middle of what I was doing, so she managed to get up on another surface and knock things over. She's a fuss budget today. Okay, so we're going to sew this in. And you just need a nice big sturdy needle, and I'm using a double length of just regular sewing thread. I'm using white. If you have red, that would probably be good, or black, but I have white handy, so that's what I'm using. I think I do have some black handy somewhere, but obviously not that handy because it's not in front of me. Good practice, because this is exactly how we're going to sew those other pages into the book in just a few minutes. Okay. So you want to open this up, make sure you're sure the fold of these papers is right in the fold of the spine of the little booklet and centered top to bottom. Okay, and then you want to go just about to the middle. I feel like mine are not lined up. Okay, and you just want to poke a hole right through the pages and through the spine of your little booklet, right from the middle here. Pull it through, leave yourself a fairly good tail. Then you want to go up here, and you want to go about maybe 3/4 of an inch down from the top, 5/8, somewhere like that. Go right through the spine of the book and through the spine of your pages. Pull that nice and firm. Let's see, I'm going to lose my tail. All right. And you want to pull this tail out of the way. Be careful, you don't want to tear things. You just want to pull it out of the way, and you want to go back out through the same holes from the middle. Okay, again, you want to keep it firm. Okay, then you want to go to the other end. You go in from the outside. Could have come down a little bit, but that's all right. Okay, there we go. You want to pull everything firm. Then you want to take this one, pass it under this thread here, just like that. Take your needle out at this point. And you just want to tie a knot. Just make sure everything is pulled firmly. There we go. This is too long. Let's try two. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Oops. There we go. And you could tie this in a bow if you want. But I am just going to tie another knot. Working with double strands is a pain, but this thread is pretty thin, so if you've got a thicker thread like a waxed thread or a heavier quilting cotton, something like that, you could probably just do a single. Okay, there we go. And okay, that one, super cute. That goes with that. This goes with this. Let's put these in our books. And that goes there. And this one and this one go here. Bit of a tight fit, but it works. Okay, we have finished all of our pockets, so now we need to sew in our pages. All right, so I am going to stop here. How long have we been going for? Oh, quite a while. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and then when I come back, or actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and put them in, because that's not going to take very long, and then we'll be done. Okay, so let me I'm just going to grab a few things. I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back. I'm telling you, the first project that I do when I finish this is cleaning up. This mess is just driving me crazy. Okay, so let me just get a few of these chunky things out of the way here. All right. Okay, so here's our book, along with all kinds of other junk. Don't need it more. I'm just going to push it to the side for now. All right, I've got some baker's twine. I would rather have had gold, and I have gold, but my gold is much thicker than my silver, and it's too thick for this because it needs to go through a needle. So I'm using silver. That's what I have. Okay, and I've got my needle, and I feel like I need to ink the top of that a little bit. Okay, so what I have is 5 pages that are 7 1/4 by 5 1/2. Now, if you're using coffee dyed paper or avocado dyed paper, something like that, it's probably not going to measure exact because it's warped. So basically take your 11-inch sheet, cut it in half, and then cut a 7 1/4, give or take, this way. And then fold it in half. And every sheet does not have to be the exact same size, just as long as they're close. Okay, so you need 5 of those. All right, and then you're just going to stack them one inside the other. Like that. And like that. And you can see mine are all just slightly different, which is nice. That's kind of the look you're going for. Then you want a piece of your pattern paper that you're going to cut just a hair smaller in each direction. And that's going to wrap around. And you can see it's just a little bit shorter, a little bit narrower. Okay? So this is our signature. Now, you can sew the signature and then sew it in the book, but we're just going to wing it and do it this way, which is how I usually do it. Now, if you watch Gayle's video, which I highly recommend you do, and I will have linked it down below, for her project, she makes a template to make sure that she gets the needle in just the right spot. I don't. I should probably, but I don't. So, go ahead, watch her video, see if you think that's a method that would work for you, or if you just want to wing it like I'm going to. All right, so you do need a pretty long strand of thread because it needs to go in and out several times, plus we want some tails to tie charms onto. If you want the charms, you don't have to. So we've got our long thread, and we have our book, and we're going to sew this exactly the way we just sewed that miniature one. So I'm going to start with the signature in my hand, and I'm going to go through in the middle, through all the layers, and it can be a little difficult to get the needle with this thick thread through all these layers. Just do your best and leave yourself a good tail. Like I said, you want enough to tie some charms at the end. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to find the center of your spine, top to bottom and side to side, and put the needle through there. Okay. Like I said, this is the part that can be tricky. If you have a balloon or something like that, that can help you get a grip on this needle. I happen to be allergic to those, so I don't have one. And you could, and it might be easier actually, and maybe I'll do that, is poke a hole through first with your awl. Okay, so then I'm just going to pull this through. You can see it doesn't want to come all the way through. There we go. And just make sure that the book pages are nice and snug against the spine. And again, we want a decent sized tail. Okay, so there we go. All right, then you're going to come up here to the top, about an inch down, and you're going to go through the middle. of the spine. And I really do think maybe I need to, hang on, I'm going to poke a hole. Okay, let's see if that helps. Oh, much better. Okay. Now we're going to make sure we have the book pages right where they belong. And you're going to go through the spine of the signature, and you can do it a couple sheets at a time. Whoop. Oh my goodness, I'm having a time of it. Oh my goodness, I totally missed. Okay, so you'll do a better job than me. Okay, no doubt this is why Gayle uses a template to make sure she doesn't miss like I just did. Okay. Hope I wasn't completely off frame for that, but I think that I probably was. Okay, so then I'm just going to pull that through. You can see that's where I said I missed. I poked a hole in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Alright, so you want to hold that, pull that nice and firm. Make sure it doesn't have anything loose. Check out here. Looks good. Alright, then you want to pull this out of the way, and you want to put this back right through the same hole again. This is the third or fourth one of these that I've made, and they're not always as stubborn as this one. I don't know, maybe I got some glue there in the middle. But anyway, so there we go. Okay, and then let's see. I feel like I've got that off center a little bit. Okay, then we want to go back through. Whoops. From the outside. I confused myself for a minute there. And I'm going to go ahead and poke a hole. Okay, there we go. And I can make sure everything is taut. Pass that thread under that one. And you want to make sure you've got everything smooth. You don't want to rip your book, but I came in a little low on that one, but that's all right. And then you want to tie this in. You can use a knot, you can use a little bow. I may just tie a bow. Tie the knot first, then tie a bow. Like that. And then you want to dangle this down, both of these, because they want to be long enough to tie around a couple of charms if you're using the charms. Otherwise, just cut them short. But I'm going to leave them long because I may add charms. All right, so now we have our pages in the book. And we are almost done. Get rid of this. So there's one last embellishment, and that's something to attach here. And then this is just a whole bunch of things that are just tucked in. So let's just go ahead and make this thing, which, let's see, how big do we want it? Just gonna make a square, about 3 by 3. Okay, so let's cut a piece. I'm gonna pull over this one, which we haven't really looked at, but this was the prototype. And this is the piece I'm talking about. So let me go ahead and just grab. And I still have all these cards. So we could use one of these, or 2 of these, because I need 2 of these things. Okay, let's use these 2. And I'm going to cut these 3 by 3. And let's see if I'm going to use this side. Three. Okay, and then I'm going to round that corner. And actually, I could use the same one for both. Let's do that. Okay. And we will round the corners. The only reason I'm rounding the corners is because I use those journal cards, so one of the corners is already rounded. Some of these little Tim Holtz tiny paper clips I'm just going to use. And these make awesome teeny tiny shakers, just saying. Okay, so let's see, this is kind of similar. Could do that side, I don't really like that side, so we're going to use that side. We're just going to clip this on. Now we can embellish this too, but I'm just going to clip it on as is, and then we'll take a look. All right, that one's going to go there. This book, I used the pink avocado dyed paper. And clip this one here. Alright, now let's grab the old box of ephemera that we've been working with and see what we might want to add there. I've got a chipboard, but it's kind of boring. I'm not going to do anything too much. We have that, but it's kind of big and we've already used it. Might just do these flowers. That's fine. Okay, so let's put those on. Alright, I'm just gonna lightly darken the edges. And I'm gonna use a glue stick. Do we want to go this way? Maybe more to the middle. Maybe like that. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then let's go back here. Hey everybody, I am jumping in really quick here because I realized, you can see this book is completely done. And I realized when I got to the end, I never showed you what to do here. Now you don't have to do anything here. You know, it's fine as is, it's really cute. And I may leave this one as is because I like the Santa and I don't want to cover it up, but we'll see. But let me bring in the other book and show you, because I've already started on this one. Excuse me. This is a caged belly band. It's 4 3/8-inch strips of scraps, the height of this page. And I want to show you, the reason I'm showing you this one is I want to show you why I left them long like this. All right, so you're going to just cut from your scraps, 3/8-inch strips, the length of this page. Now on this one, this page was cut evenly top and bottom, so these could be placed, and I may just go ahead and place them like this so I could still see my Santa. Right. I've got a plaid one, like this, and you could use 3 if you want. You don't have to use 4, and line them up and cut it exactly the height of this paper. All right, but this one, the paper is torn at the top. Okay, so what I did is I spaced them down below and I just eyeballed it. Just put a little bit of glue here and placed each one down. The tops I left loose, and then turned it around, made sure they were straight, put a little bit of glue and glued the tops. And then I'm just going to go through and tear them because the top of this is torn, so I wanted them to also be torn. That one does not want to tear. There we go. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of ink and just hit it up. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do a little use vintage photo. I don't want to use anything quite so dark as black soot, I think. Just a little bit. Okay. And then, so now you have that. And then you can take, I'm sorry my voice is rough, it's very early. Just grab, so say we want to use this. It could be a photo, it could be anything. And then you just weave it through these strips. Just like that, to hold it in the book. Okay? So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. And again, I have this one, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do it on this one or not. I should. Let's do it. That way you can see. Okay, so I'm just going to decide on which strips I'm going to use. I'm trying to kind of do dark light, but I want to space it so I don't really hide too much of my Santa there. So let's see. Yeah, I think we can do it. We're just going to have to, this one's going to be a little far in, but that's all right. Or I could always use just 3, but let's do it. So I'm going to leave, let's see, should I leave these long and just trim them off? Yeah, I'm just going to leave them long and trim off with scissors when I'm done. All right, but I do want to make sure that bottom one is inked. Okay. I'm just going to slide those over. I'm going to put the first one right about there. Hope you can see. So I'm just putting a little, well, if I could get my glue to run, I would be putting a little dab of glue there. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit. Place this one there right on the bottom edge and reasonably straight. Okay, and then I know I want this one on the other side of Santa's face. I mean, you really don't have to fuss as much with these as I am. I'm just doing that because I really like that Santa and don't want to cover him up. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't get any glue to glue that down. Let's make sure that's straight. Okay. Okay. And then this one, I'm going to put this one fairly close to the previous one because I don't have as much room to stretch it out. That there. And you can distance these however you like. You can have them far apart, close together, scattered, you know, whatever works for you. And then this one is going to be pretty close to that one. Now I had posted a picture of this project on my Instagram that showed this page, and that's when I realized that I had never done this page. I just moved on. All right, so you can see I'm just lifting each one up, putting a little glue at the top. Just like so. Okay, and then I'm just going to let this dry, and when it's fully dry, I'll come back and just trim those off. Okay, or, you know, if you like, leave them. All right, sorry about that. Okay, I will return you to your regularly scheduled program. Thank you. And what did I do? I can't find anything anymore. I'm looking for my little Christmas people. Here they are, because I think we want a people in here. Okay. So then we're just going to tuck little things in. Remember, this whole thing is pocket, so you can put something fairly large there in the top if you want to. Grabbing just whatever little things sort of come to hand. This is when that little snippet pack comes in handy because there's so many little things. All right. Put that in there. And that one there. That one. And maybe let's find a little person to tuck in there. Okay, so let's see. We have these two little girls. I think I want something smaller. These are all fairly large. Oh, wait, here's a cute little. We've used him before, though. Oh, let's see. Oh, we used her before. Oh, look at this one. This is cute. Maybe her. Or maybe him. I have this little girl. Kind of like her, because she's got the white dress on, kind of stands out. She looks a little ghost-like, I have to say. She looks a lot ghost-like, actually. She's kind of creepy. Okay, let's go with this little guy. Okay. And then, all right, so that's that. These back. All right, so now the last little things we need to do, we don't have to, but we should. Let's see, let's pull out this. That looks good. Let's glue that there, just so we have a little decoration there. to do that. Okay. That's cute. Okay. And then these pockets are really plain. So what do we got that we can decorate these pockets with? Let's see. Like that letter, it's just a hair wide, but that's okay. It's not really though. I think I will trim it just a touch. I'm going to just use my scissors. There we go. Good. And then let's and this calendar, and then the little 25. That's cute. Okay, let's do that. A little bit to the side. We have room for our little 25. I want this. We have another 25 in here, like a green one. Where's that one? Somewhere. There it is. Yes, smaller. And I have a bigger one. That one. Okay. Put that there. Okay. I have this one, which I think I will put inside that paper clip. And we'll put that one there. Okay. And let's see, what have we got for back here? That's awfully small. I could maybe pair it with something else. Here's a little package. Yeah, that's good. Let's do that. sure I've got that right side up. Just put that there. Okay. And then we have that spot there. What do we got? So we have that, which is kind of large. And that's facing the wrong direction. Oh, we have that. Cute. Okay. All right, I think that we are done. What have I got over here? Anything else I need to use? Oh, we have that, which we like a lot. Do I want to just tuck that in? Yeah, let's just tuck that in there too. Cute. All right, so I don't have any Christmas charms at the moment, but when I do, I'm just going to tie them on there. And they will dangle down like this one. Oh, that's cute. Set that aside. All right, so we are done with our Ephemera Folio junk journal. Mine's a little shiny on the front where I got some glue, but this is it. It's a wonderful size. It feels good in your hand. It does not need a closure, but if you want one, you can just tie a ribbon around it in a bow that you can just pull off when you need to. And so this is what we just finished. And so fun. All right. Well, I hope you had a good time with this project. It's different from what I normally do, but I had so much fun with it. I've made a bunch of them. And I still have a couple more I want to make. So if you did enjoy it, please like the video, share it, all those other things. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I really appreciate it. If you have already, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next project, which will be coming very soon. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, and thanks for Gayle for letting me do this project on my channel. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.